Hi Vapors, this is Summer Dawn, also known as SD from the Electronic Cigarette Forum. Today I'm going to be reviewing the PHINIAC tank from PHINIAC.com, made by Jennifer, also known as Moria on the ECF. To be honest with you, I've been really excited to review these tanks. They're extremely beautiful, very durable, and incredibly well made. And this is mine. And all of this is handmade, hand-blown glass. And they come just like this with the individualized PHINIAC tank number and their contact information here. So that's pretty cool. And then they also come with one of these little satchels. It's a black satchel. It's kind of dark in here, so you probably can't see, but the PHINIAC logo, the gecko, is on there, and it says PHINIAC at the bottom. So as for shipping, when you purchase your PHINIAC tank, it is sent first-class mail with delivery confirmation. There are also, obviously, faster, more expensive options. My tank came in this size of box, which is completely filled with foam peanuts and a whole bunch of bubble wrap. So they're extremely securely packaged. There's really no chance of anything happening to your tank. And then, just as an extra precautionary measure, they do throw the fragile tape on the end as well. And the shipping box also does include a small bag of extra O-rings. So luckily for me, PHINIAC is quite close to my current place of residence, so I got my tank extremely fast. I think it took about 2 days. That was wonderful. And the checkout process is very easy. And along with my order confirmation, I also received a 10% discount code for Spring Vapor. That is available for me until the end of February. And as far as Moria told me, they're not exactly sure how long they're going to be continuing that promotion, but I love me some Spring Vapor, so that was just an awesome little extra that they threw in there as well. Something I think is very important to this review is to stress not only how durable these tanks are, but how much they are really worth the price. PHINIAC tanks average between about $50 and $65 a piece. And the easiest way that I can stress how durable these tanks are is just to show you a little side-by-side comparison of the PHINIAC tube against another generic tank tube. So here is the PHINIAC tank, and here is another just regular polycarbonate tube, just to give you really an idea of how much thicker that glass is and how extremely durable that is and how much work really goes into that. It's awesome. Something else to really stress in comparison is that you can definitely see the difference between just a regular tank's polishing and the PHINIAC tank. The difference is insane, how well polished and just how well the colors are really brought out in the PHINIAC tank. Another thing that makes me extremely excited to have one of these tanks is that I can use any juice in here I want. It's a glass tank, so it won't crack like the regular polycarbonate will. You can use any juice in there regardless of the flavorings, and any flavors you may have heard do crack polycarbonate tanks. That worry is completely eliminated with PHINIAC tanks, which is extremely, extremely awesome, especially for me. I have a lot of flavors that I really enjoy that I can't use in my polycarbonate tanks, and being pretty much a strict Cardo tank user, that is a huge step forward for me. I definitely am going to have to add more PHINIAC tanks to my collection in the future. In addition to the durability and time that goes into making those tanks, they are beyond worth the price because of the manual labor and extreme precision and art that goes into making these tanks. This is not the regular Pyrex that you're seeing on the market, just the regulation Pyrex tanks. They're thicker than any other tank out there. Any tank. You can grab any regular Cardo tank that comes with a tubing like this, put it up next to your PHINIAC, and the PHINIAC is going to be thicker. Not only that, but every single tank is cut and done by hand. Then they're fired and annealed, which means they spend the better part of an entire day in the oven at well over 1,000 degrees. It's a very expensive process, and for how expensive that process is, I really think that PHINIAC does an amazing job in sending savings down to us, because for the most expensive tanks being about $65, with how much work goes into every single one of these, that is one heck of a deal, definitely. And if you guys haven't seen them yet, there are some videos of people doing some pretty extreme things to their PHINIAC tanks, like hucking them against garage doors or cement floors, and they just come out completely unscathed. They're extremely durable, extremely well made, and I just cannot stress enough how worth the money these tanks are. Honestly, I think that the price they're currently at is a steal for how much work goes into these tanks. So now I'm just going to go ahead, hook my PHINIAC up, fill it up, and vape, and let you guys see this bad boy in action. Okay, so I've got my tank all filled up and ready to go. Got a little pink Ming on there, and I filled this up with a 3 ohm cartomizer, and I've got two 16340 stacked batteries in this Maxi Rough stack, so I'm running it at about 6 volts right now. They're fresh off the charger. This is just the regular size tank, and I found that this one holds about 3 milliliters of e-liquid. Awesome. Very, very good for easy on-the-go vaping. So let's see how she vapes. That's awesome. Absolutely no wicking issues whatsoever. I'm impressed. Saying I'm impressed is putting it mildly. I am very, very impressed with this PHINIAC tank. It's wonderful. It is absolutely beautiful, holds a good amount of e-liquid, and as far as I've heard, she is also making larger sizes now. So that's awesome if you want to have a tank that's going to last even the heaviest of vapors all day. About the only complaint I can think of for this tank is that I wish that this absolutely gorgeous tubing would fit the top and bottom caps for my lavas. That would be amazing. And the thing I'm probably most excited about with this tank is that I can use absolutely any juice in here. Just complete and total worry-free vaping. So in summation, not only do I think that the PHINIAC tank is most definitely the most durable tank out there on the market, and well worth the money. I mean, with the amount, like I said previously, with the amount of man hours and just real precision that goes into making these works of art, I'm impressed that the prices are as low as they are on these things. I have to add another PHINIAC to my collection, perhaps several, and I would encourage all of you to do the same. And I'm going to go ahead and post links to those other PHINIAC videos below, just to go ahead and show you guys exactly how much these tanks can take. I'm not really planning on throwing my PHINIAC at a garage door or cement floor anytime soon, but it's definitely possible, and there's video footage to prove it. So if you're a tank user like myself, or even if you're just considering getting into tanks, I cannot recommend the PHINIAC tank enough. You can use absolutely any juice in here. The regular size, like I said, seems to hold about 3.5 milliliters. The price on these is just extremely reasonable, out of this world, and since every single one is handmade, and you have your own pattern on every single one. I love mine. Mine has little flowers that look like little peace signs on there. So any PHINIAC tank you buy is going to be 100% unique. Go ahead, go check out the website, see what they've got. A really awesome thing about the website is that they have a full 360 viewing video of every single tank, so you can see the entire 360 view of your tank before you even get it. I wish more vendors did that, just a close-up, high-quality 360 view of what you're going to be getting. In summation, I just really can't recommend these things highly enough. The PHINIAC tank is not only the thickest, most durable tank on the market, it is beautiful and extremely unique. So if you're looking for something that is not only going to get noticed, but is going to last you a very, very long time, pay the little bit of extra money for this. It's 110% worth it. You are not going to need to replace this anytime soon. This has been SD and Vape Happy.